everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Curry Channel here. And today we're talking about rotational motion. You already know how objects move in a straight line, right? Well, rotational motion happens when an object spins around in a fixed axis. So just like a hand of a clock or a spinning wheel. In rotational motion, every point on the object moves in a circle around the center. The key quantities here are angular velocity and angular acceleration. They tell us how fast something is spinning and how its speed changes. So this is the formulas on rotational motion. There are a few formulas in rotational motion pero ito lang sinulat ko kasi these are the basic formulas in rotational motion. So these three is the angular quantities. This is called the angular displacement, the angular velocity, and the angular acceleration. So these are the units, the rad for angular displacement, rad per second for angular velocity, and rad per second squared in angular acceleration. So these are the formulas, the basic formulas of these angular quantities. First is the angular displacement, which is the angular theta is equal to S over R. So this is the radius and these are the this arc. If this arc is given, we can use this formula. So in angular velocity, we have change in displacement and over change in time. So, and angular acceleration, we have change in velocity and change in time. So these are the basic formulas in this angular quantities. So this formula is this Vt is equal to Rw is the tangential is we call the tangential velocity. So this is called the tangential velocity. So this AC is equal to Rw squared is what we call the centripetal acceleration. So this is the centripetal acceleration. It is also called as radial acceleration. So it is also called the radial acceleration. So this one here, this one is what we call the tangential acceleration. The theta t is equal to r alpha, this alpha. And this is their unit. This one is the meter per second. This one is meter per second squared. And this one is meter per second squared also. So, this one is the most common use if the speed or the velocity is unknown on the problem. So the formula is displacement is equal to initial velocity or initial angular velocity times time plus 1/2 acceleration times t squared. So this formula is the final displacement or speed formula. Problem. So the problem is a particle is moving along a circular path of radius 1.5 meter and has an angular velocity of 5 rads per second. What is the particle's radial acceleration and what is the particle's tangential velocity? So first we write the given. First we draw a circle. So it indicates here that the radius is 1.5. So for example, radius 1.5 meter. And also the angular velocity is given. So angular velocity is equal to 5 rads per second. So let's solve. Solution. So let's first first question is what is the particle's radial acceleration? So what is the radial acceleration? So as we can see here, del as ID. So centripetal acceleration is also called as radial acceleration. So the formula of radial acceleration is this one. EC is equal to RW squared. because centripetal acceleration is also called as radial acceleration. So this formula is the radial acceleration. So this formula is we're gonna use this formula. AC is equal to RW squared. Substitute the given, so R is equal to 1.5, so 1.5, and our angular velocity is equal to 5, so since it's squared, so 5 squared. So let's calculate. Um, 1.5 times 5 squared is equal to 37.5. So our our radial acceleration is 37.5. 37.5 meter per second squared. So this is our first answer, the 37.5. So let's now solve. So let's now solve for the. So let's now solve for the tangential velocity. So tangential velocity is equal to, here the formula of tangential velocity is Vt is equal to Rw. So Vt is equal to Rw. So our radius is 1.5. Let's just substitute the given 1.5 times our angular velocity 5. So Vt. So 1.5 times 5 is equal to 7.5 meter per second. So this is our answer. This is for the radial acceleration, and this for the particle tangential velocity. So that's all for rotational motion. So since we're done with rotational motion, let's move on to bank curve.